Sajanan Swami Maharaj Jai, Akshar Purushottam Maharaj Jai, Mukta Akshar Purushottam Maharaj Jai, Guruvaya Prabhuji Sardasani Jai Jai Jai. Thank you, Uncle, for such great blessings and advice. He talked from his own personal experience. I'll talk a little bit too as well about my perspective of the power of Dhun. Now, if I made all of you an adult, let's say tomorrow all day you're going to be an adult. So we'll tell your parents, go take a vacation. They'll give you the house keys, they'll give you the car keys, they'll leave you at home. You can do whatever you want, whatever you like. They'll give you the wallet, credit cards, money, all of that tomorrow.
All of them have smile.
All of you have a smile on your face. What would you guys do? Go to the mall? Go to the mall? Spend money? What would you buy? Buy a bunch of clothes, okay. What else? Uh-huh. You what? You play games? What kind of games? Video games. So you play video games for what? Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or? Huh? Hours and hours and hours, right? You probably, could you spend, do you think you could spend maybe 10 hours playing video games? You could probably spend the whole day, right? Just playing video games. Okay, what would you do?
Till my parents yells at me.
No, but they're not there, right? So they can't yell at you, so you can play all day. Mm-hmm. Huh? Have a party. Call all your friends over and you have a party, okay? Huh? Buy what?
Buy chips and have a party.
Buy chips, right? Okay, so if you had a party, what kind of food would you get? Would you get broccoli and spinach and carrots and fruits and all that kind of, no, that kind of stuff? Okay, what kind of food? You get pizza, okay, what else would you get? Nachos, what else? Tacos, okay, what else? Pizza, yeah, I heard pizza. No candy? Nobody wants any candy? Got some candy? What else? Would you drink like orange juice, and would you drink like, Pepsi, Coke? Huh? Sprite, okay, what would you do? Fruit punch, okay. Anything healthy? No, okay. Water, okay, well that's relatively healthy, right? So you do that, okay. You have the car keys. What would you do with the car keys? Huh? What would you do? Come on. Huh?
Go racing.
Go racing, right? Drive around. Just put the pedal to the metal. Mm-hmm. Sell the car, buy a new one. Okay, what kind of car would you get? A Lamborghini. Okay, so somebody wants to go really fast. Okay, a Bugatti. Okay. Okay, what else would you do? Mm-hmm. You'd probably crash it, right? Like if you go that fast. No, you're good. Like, how many of you ever driven a car? You've driven a car, okay. You've driven a car. I'm not talking a go-kart. I'm talking a car. Okay, you've driven a car. Okay, so you've driven a car maybe in the driveway, right? Okay, where have you driven a car? A road, okay. Was there traffic on the road? Were there other cars on the road? Okay, you weren't driving alone, right? You were sitting in your uncle's lap and you're driving. Have you guys driven in traffic? Were there other cars driving around? You've driven on the highway? How did you drive on the highway?
No, I did. I asked my mom.
But you weren't alone when you drove, right?
No, I wasn't alone.
You were like sitting in the lap and driving like.
There's one of my family members was behind me, and they owned a motorcycle in India. So then when I went to India, and then when I went to India, we were going to pick up someone, like drop us something, and then while we were going back home, he would be like, I was driving, and he'd be right behind me. So whenever stoplight would come, because I didn't know him stop it, so he would stop it.
He would stop it, right? So somebody had to help you, right? If you were all alone and you drove a car, I think we would crash it pretty soon, wouldn't we? Especially if there were other cars on the road and everything. So I'll tell you what my point is, right? So if you think about, if we made you an adult tomorrow and we gave you the keys to the house, gave you the keys to the car, You could eat whatever you wanted. You could do whatever you wanted a day, play video games all day and everything. You might be able to do that for a day. You might be able to do it for 2 days. You might be able to do it 3 days. If you ate pizza every day, what would happen if you ate pizza for like a week or 2 weeks? You get fat. What would happen? Huh? You might get a stomach ache, right? What else would happen? You would get sick, right? And then if you were...
You get bored of eating the same thing over and over.
You get bored of eating the same thing over and over again too, right?
For me, I can eat junk food to sleep, but I just have to eat different types of junk food.
Different types of junk food. But I guarantee you, even if you ate junk food over and over and over, different, if you changed the variety, you'd still get fat and you'd get sick at some point, right? You get cavities too. And then, and then if you were driving, right? If you were driving your car and you didn't have anybody to help you, you'd probably get in a crash. No, I'm saying tomorrow, each of you. I'm not saying that she said if you're a parent or shh, listen up everybody. What I was saying was that she said that if you were parents, then you would already know how to drive and all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is if right now at this age, if somebody gave you the keys to the car, if somebody asked you to just choose whatever food you wanted, somebody said, don't, just spend your time doing whatever you want. You would play games, you would eat junk food, nobody would go to school, nobody would eat healthy things, all of that kind of stuff. So what would happen would be that you would get sick, you would get bored, you wouldn't be educated. If you did that day after day after day after day and you grew older, then you wouldn't have any skills, you wouldn't have any knowledge, you wouldn't have a healthy body, you wouldn't have any of those things, right? So this is why your parents don't give you the wallet, they don't give you the keys, they don't give you the, full freedom, right? The reason they do that is out of love, right? Because they want you to learn how to take care of yourself. They want you to know what is healthy for me, what's unhealthy for me, what is good for me, what's not good for me. In the beginning, they have to guide you, right? This is the same thing with Dhun. If you ask your friends at school and you say, hey, let's just sit here and chant Swaminarayan, 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 Swaminarayan. They might say, I don't want to do this, I want to go have fun with my friends, I want to do something different. Even we might say that. We might say, sitting here and chanting something over and over and over again when I could be doing something else, why should I do it? But as Utpal Uncle said, that what we have is we have experience. We come to camp, we at home, we try doing Dhun, and we find that we get some kind of benefit from it. It's the same thing. Sometimes we have to try something, we have to do something that's healthy for us, that's good for us, that we might not fully understand. It might not make sense to us. It might not be the most fun thing in the world to do. But then we can get some benefit from it by practicing it, trying it. That was the point that I wanted to make there. The second thing I wanted to make was, right now, we're sitting here, and how many of you have a cell phone? Everybody? Not everybody? Who doesn't have a cell phone? Raise your hand. Okay. So half of you have cell phones, half of you don't have cell phones. Now, you're sitting there with your cell phone, and your phone goes off. Somebody's calling you. Where did the signal come from? Huh? A satellite, right? Did you see the signal come in? Did you see some little bits of data or a little phone, little voice come down and go into your phone? But it's around us, right? Like Wi-Fi, when you're in your house and you have Wi-Fi. And when you go into a house, right? Let's say I take you to a stranger's house tomorrow, and you go into the house. Do you know if they have Wi-Fi or not if you don't turn on your phone or you don't do anything? Can you just tell by walking into a house if they have Wi-Fi or not? No, right? You have to check your phone. You have to turn it on and see if it shows up in the network, right? Does Wi-Fi show up or not, right? Can you just look and see if there's Wi-Fi? Can you see any signals or anything going around? No, right? So while we're sitting here right now, there are signals that are going around. There could be Wi-Fi signals, there could be telephone signals, there could be television signals going around, there could be radio signals going around, but we can't see that, right? Can you just go and capture that phone call, capture that data? You can't, right? It's invisible. The same way, Sai Dada teaches us that right now when we're sitting here right now, there's forces that are going on around us. There's positive energy going around us right now, there's negative energy going around us, and there's divine energy that's going on around us right now. But we can't see it, we can't touch it. But sometimes we can feel it, right? Have you ever gone to a place where you felt a lot of peace? This minute you go there, just you feel calm. Has anybody ever gone to a place like that? Okay, where have you gone that's like that? You. The beach, right? You just feel calm as soon as you go there, right? Just peaceful. The mandir, when you come here, you can feel like a different feeling here. You feel more peaceful here, right?
The library?
The library, it's a quiet place, you feel peace. Where? Home. Like at home you feel peace, right? So some places we go to, we could just feel peace. When we come to the mandir, we feel peace. We feel some kind of different energy here. Have any of you ever sat next to somebody who's really, really angry, but they haven't said anything? They're not talking. And you sit next to them, and they're really, really angry, right? Can you feel the energy coming from them? Sometimes they don't even have to say something, and you can just feel the tension. You can feel the negative energy coming from them. So we can go to places, and we can feel these things, and you can't necessarily touch it or see it, but you can feel this energy that's around us. So Sayadaw says that when we're in a positive environment, we'll feel positive vibes, we'll feel positive energy. We go to a negative place, we'll feel negative energy. In the same way, there's divine energy going around. But like if I give you a television, I get you a nice new Sony television set, and then I say, I put it in front of you, and then I say, okay, you plug it into the wall, and then and Sayadaw will say, okay, I'm going to call you. Will you be able to get that phone call on the television set? No, right? Television gets television signals, right? If I give you a cell phone, right, and then I say, okay, get radio on it. Well, I'm not talking about the internet, but I'm just saying regular radio, like you in a car stereo. You don't get radio waves on it, right? Do you know why that is? It's because everything's at a different frequency. It has to be tuned to the right channel. If it's tuned to the right channel, it'll get radio. If it's tuned to the right channel, it'll get a TV. Tuned to the right channel, it'll get a phone call. In the same way, we have to be tuned to the right channel to get God's energy. But the way to tune ourselves to that right channel is to do. We chant God's name, Swaminarayan, 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 like we did earlier. We're channelizing that energy within us. How does this work? If I take see that lamp up there? If I take that lamp, that bulb out, and I hold it in my hand, and I say, okay, turn on. Will it turn on in my hand? Right? It won't, right? But then if I plug it in there, and I switch on the switch, will it turn on? It'll turn on, right? What's the difference? Why won't it turn on in my hand, Jyoti? What is it connecting to? Electricity, right? It's connected to electricity. When it's plugged in up there, it's connected to electricity. When it's in my hand, it's not connected to anything, right? So we have to be plugged in. So what Dhun does is that it connects us to a spiritual electricity that'll give us energy. It'll give us strength. If I hold a lamp bulb in my hand, it'll be cold, right? It'll be there's no light. But if I plug it into electricity, it gets warm. Light comes out of it. In the same way, if I plug myself into that spiritual electricity, I get warmth. I get peace. I feel God's energy. So that's what Dhun does. There's a whole spiritual science to that. But we're learning about that. That's why we come to the mandir. That's why we come to listen to Santo like Utpal and Harshadada. They teach us what are the different ways we can connect to the spiritual energy. One is Dhun. There are other ways too that we'll be talking about later in the week. So when we talk about power of Dhun, this is the reason why we seek to connect to it. Sujanan Swami Maharaj Jai.